Gentlemen, 2 more sessions to go. I hope you've all learned lots of things and are excited about finishing the day. So our next session, number 7, keeping members and your experience. So this week presented by Sheryl Dickerson. Motivational and consistency is what it is, and how you can keep the energy up in the club. Now, please welcome our next presenter, Sheryl Dickerson, DTM, who brings 25 years of Toastmaster experience to the stage. As the Division L Director and a member of District 112 training team, Sheryl has a wealth of knowledge to share. While she enjoys the thrill of competition, she is currently embracing the valuable lessons of leadership in her corporate career and through her own business. Sheryl has facilitated training and delivered speeches on personal branding, motivation, presentation skills, and change. This afternoon, she will inspire us to leverage the insights gained today to attract new members and keep our current members engaged and enthusiastic. Let's give a warm welcome to Sheryl.
Thank you very much, Mark. Wow, have we not learnt so much today?
Yes.
My cup is full. Actually, it's kind of overflowing a little bit. In fact, I cannot take in any more knowledge. How about you? Are you feeling a bit the same? Well, I've got good news. I'm not going to teach you anything new. There are no slides. You're just like me. Now, the thing is, though, I do love to learn. I thrive off learning. And here, live, that includes you on Zoom too. This is my real happy place. I just love it. I just soak up all this information. Now, I have another place I love to learn too. I love podcasts. Don't you just love podcasts? They're free. You can get any topic you like, absolutely anything. Sometimes I've clicked on the wrong things accidentally, things I didn't need to know. But I just love podcasts. And the other day, I'm out walking, got my earbuds in, and I'm learning. I'm learning about dopamine and the effects of dopamine hits. And it's fascinating, and I'm loving everything I'm learning. And I'm walking along, and I've listened to probably about 45 minutes. I was getting close to home. Normally what would happen is the podcast would finish, the next one would start, and we'd be like, wow, another new topic. And I'd be excited, and I'd be learning about that as well. But this particular day, home was close. So I decided, I'm going to turn it off there. I'll start a new one tomorrow. That's okay. And in that 10 minutes it took to walk home, I started reflecting on what I was learning. Wow, this dopamine, yeah, it's a thing. Social media, that gives you dopamine hits apparently. It's that thing that makes you want more and more. Yeah, okay, a little bit guilty of that. Nice food. Yes, okay, the occasional sweet thing perhaps. When I said I wouldn't have an afternoon snack, just a little one, just maybe one of the kids' muesli bars. Oh, second one, they're only little. You know those type of dopamine hits. But wonder, what is the big thing for me? I've got it. I stopped in the middle of the street and said that out loud. The couple walking the other way, I just like, okay, nice talking to you, bye. It occurred to me, my dopamine hit was podcasts. It was just so obvious. Here I was listening to a podcast about dopamine hits, and there it was. I just craved that new thing that I was learning. And then the next new thing. And then the next new thing. Oh, and then the one after on the next podcast. And that's when I realized, yes, it was the dopamine hit that I was chasing, sometimes more than the new learning. You see, I was getting this new information in, getting all excited about it, making all these plans, but actually not necessarily following through on what I had learned. Now, we have learned a huge amount today. But let's not let this be our dopamine hit of, wow, that was great. Wow, I learned a lot. I'm going to do all these things. And then we go home and we get tired. Oh, it's 9:15 and tomorrow I'll think about it. It's 9:15 tomorrow morning and I'll just have another coffee and then I'll think about it. And then I get busy with my day. And there's another thing on the shelf that I've learned that I'm going to do something with one day. Another course, paid for even, maybe not much, but paid for, sitting there waiting for me to learn and implement yet another thing. So what can we do about this? First of all, okay, I'm addicted to podcasts. All right, what am I going to do about it? So I made a decision. I am only allowed to listen to the podcast on the way to the beach, and then I turn it off. And then on my walk home, I think about what I've just learned. And I decide how I'm going to implement it. So that's what I want to challenge you all to do today. No, you don't have to walk to the beach and then decide. It's okay. We need to have a strategy around the implementation of all these wonderful things that we've learned. We need to come up with a way that we can actually put it into practice so that all this wonderful learning will actually make a difference. Because we are losing members. But I understand a few of them are starting to come back. Jobs are hard. People want to retain their jobs. They're realising these things. They're realising that they need to upskill. And Toastmasters is a brilliant way to do it. If only we could get the message out to the masses so that they can come in and get what we've got. Now, we all join Toastmasters for such a variety of reasons. I know when I first joined, I'd been told by a sales trainer and a sales manager, you should join Toastmasters. What were they trying to tell me? Actually, I was a brand new salesperson. Someone had employed me because they saw something in me. I had not really done any sales, but they could see that I could probably make a good salesperson. But I needed help. I needed confidence. I needed skills. Apparently, I needed Toastmasters. So I joined. And you know what? They were right. It made a big difference. And I stayed in Toastmasters for a while, and then I left. Circumstances caused for whatever reason. And then I decided I wanted to get into facilitating workshops. So I came back to Toastmasters because I knew that was going to be there to help me again. And then I was a member for a while, played around with the competitions a little. And then I left. I moved to Australia. I wanted to get to know people where I had moved to. So guess what I did? I joined Toastmasters. So there's another reason. And then I really got into the competitions. And then I hung around for a long time, trying harder and harder and harder to finally get to that stage at district and compete. And I did make it. There are so many reasons why people come to Toastmasters. But there's also so many reasons why they stay. One of the things I love about my club is we do get new people in. I love to hear their stories. The icebreaker is my favourite thing. When you really get to know something about somebody, what it is that makes them come along, why they're there. It's amazing. And you get that with the new members. But how are we going to get those new members if we don't let people know about Toastmasters? And that's what we've got here now, this new learning that we don't want to put on the shelf. So I want to give you 3 possible ways in which we can actually do something with this information so that we actually do see those new members coming in and those, I was going to say older, those more experienced Toastmasters like me, okay, the older ones, keep hanging around. You see, it's not motivation, regardless of what the piece of paper says, that you need to get you to implement these things. Motivation won't get you changing. Motivation is great to maybe get you started a little bit. Maybe you say, I'll do it when I feel motivated. It doesn't work that way. You need to get started. And then when you see success, that's where the motivation comes from. So don't wait till you're motivated. Just get started. Give it a go. Have a little play. Jump onto Canva, and apparently you can't break it. And then when you do forget to download it and you do play with what's there for everybody else and you change that, don't worry, Kenneth will fix it. Again, I know, I think she's fixed it once for me so far. I promise next time I will try and remember to download it. But you can't break it, so have a go. And then when you see how well you've done, then the motivation will come. And then you'll try it again. And then maybe you'll have another success. Because that is the first tip. Success creates motivation. Don't wait to be motivated in order to find success. Start small, little small successes. There's this thing called the bullseye effect. Imagine this is a bullseye, and I've got a bow and arrow, and I fire, missed. Oh, missed. Oh, I got one. Okay, well, I'll try again. That's how we normally do it. What about this way? Bing, got it. Bing, got it again. Bing, more success. You notice that? Success after success after success. When you start close, when you start small, when you start with the low-hanging fruit, it's easy to be successful. Don't try the great big things to start with and then end up failing. Start where it's safe. Start small, then get a little bit bigger, then a little bit bigger. Then, Kenneth, we can get crazy. But just be safe to start with. Another tip, create a habit. Now, I think probably an easy way could be, imagine you've got a club that meets fortnightly. So the week leading to your meeting, talk about the wonderful things that are going to happen. Maybe talk about the theme. Maybe talk about who's going to be running the meeting. You might want to throw in a little bit of information about the person who's the Toastmaster. Create some interest there. Then the next week, post about the meeting that was. Put some photos of people hanging around, chatting and laughing. Not necessarily only standing there holding up their certificates. They must think that's all we do at Toastmasters is hold up certificates. No, I'm not saying don't do that because it's great to celebrate our members. But be a little bit creative. Put some photos that are interesting, that make people want, oh, I could do that. I could go there. Create some consistency. Now, my club, the Silverdale Rotary Work, anybody living up that way, in fact, you don't even have to be living up that way, come and see what it's all about. John, our president, one day I sent him an email or phoned him up about something, and he came back and said, I'll get back to you tomorrow. This was a Saturday. Sunday is my Toastmasters admin day. That's when I do my stuff. my first thought was, well, I need to know now because I'm doing it now. But then I got over myself and then thought, how clever is he? He has this time he puts aside every week that he makes sure his things get done. He has the habit. I think that's not a bad idea. Perhaps we could create a habit. Choose a time of the week or some particular routine that this is what we do, that we do our Toastmasters stuff now and then you know it gets done. And using the templates and all the things that we have to make life easier for us, we don't actually have to spend a lot of time. Another thing to do is get a buddy. Maybe the person sitting next to you is thinking, oh, I need to do something. Maybe you need a buddy that, one, might be able to help you when you can't find something or you get a bit stuck, but two, holds you accountable. If you told your buddy that you are going to do something next Sunday and you're going to put a post there, maybe you'll tag them in the post to show them you've done it. Or maybe you'll just send them a little note. Maybe they've forgotten what you're going to do, but you haven't forgotten that you told them you were going to do it. So that's some way that we may be able to help each other and to learn. And one more way, if you are currently the VPPR, you could and possibly should be thinking about who is going to be VPPR next year, 1st of July. And even if you're not, quite frankly, it doesn't matter. Don't wait until the 30th of June to tap someone on the shoulder. Find that person today. Let that person be your protege. Teach them what you have learned. You will do so well with all the knowledge you've gained today if you teach somebody else what you have learned. That is the best way for you to be able to learn, is to teach somebody else. Now imagine if you go to your club and say, maybe directly to someone you think that has the potential, or maybe just to the whole club. I have learned so much about social media. I'm going to do some amazing stuff. And I want to know who here would like to learn what I have learned. I'm sure you'll find somebody. Bring that person under your wing as your protege. Give them some tasks. Maybe they'll be the photographer. Maybe they'll write a little bit. And then eventually maybe they'll do things if you can't make it one particular time. And then how easy is it going to be to say to them, hey, maybe around about February, March, you would be really good at VPPR because they're already doing it. Are they going to be frightened? No, because they're already doing it. In fact, they probably have already decided. They may even tap you on the shoulder and say, I'm thinking of this next time. Do you think I'm ready? Maybe. But certainly if you've shown them what you've known, the transition for them is going to be easier. And you know what? You've just made your own job a whole lot easier because you can give them some of the jobs to do. So give that some thought as well. So as I mentioned, motivation doesn't come in order to do the things you want to do. It's doing the things first, creating the successes, making them nice and easy. That brings the success, that then brings the motivation. But to help make it easier for yourself, create the habit, a regular time, put it in your calendars. Maybe find a buddy here to hold you accountable, and find yourself a protege that you can teach, that can take over from you, that can make that whole transition easier. We have learned a lot today. My cup is full and overflowing. And I thank each and every one of you for the help, for the lessons, for the learning, to be able to make a difference. Because as is typical of everything I learn in Toastmasters, I don't learn it for Toastmasters. I learn it to use it outside of Toastmasters, in my own business, whether I'm coaching, facilitating, speaking. All of these things I'm learning so I can use them. And now, that one thing that I found, let's put that in the past. So hard to do, social media. I've just been trained in that as well. Fantastic. So thank you, everybody. Is there any questions from the floor that people would like to ask? I think I've given you enough already. Thank you, everybody.